Hey guys, this is SoFlo Josh, and today Honda has finally unveiled the 2022 Honda Civic Si. Now, the Civic Si has been in the company for a very long time, I believe since 1986 actually, with the original Civic. Well, actually not the original Civic, I think it was the second or third generation Civic that came out with the Si. But now, it's in 11th generation, and with it being in its 11th generation, we have an all new body. Now, the body is the exact same chassis that we've seen on the sedan and hatchback. It now comes with the same exact 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. Now, it's no longer producing 205 horsepower. It is actually producing 200 horsepower in general. And Honda has said that they have added some new things to the engine, broader curve for torque, which will improve the driving capabilities of the new Si compared to the previous generation. Though many people have been already complaining that the lack of a horsepower increase, and I think that's also due to the fact certain aspects to California's new standards for their fuel economy. It could be the case. The reason why Honda had decreased the engine horsepower compared, it's exactly the same reason why Ford had decreased their V8 to 10 horsepower actually. So I believe that could be the case and the reason why they went down on horsepower compared to the previous generation. Now, the styling is essentially just a Civic sedan with the added hatchback grille in the front that's in honeycomb, the RS style lift spoiler that is sold in other parts of the world. There's an RS version that just gives you the RS package. It's very sporty looking. And then you get the dual exhaust that was also shown off on the RS model. So overall, it just looks like a typical sedan. There is like an exclusive color for the Si, which is the blazing orange pearl. That looks really good. It was first shown off on the Civic sedan prototype, and now they came back with it for the Si, and I'm really happy they actually did that. It's pretty cool. It looks really nice. Hopefully they could later on, maybe on the mid-model change, they offer that color towards the sedans and the hatchback to bring in more colors so that people can choose. Now, of course, the model is a 6-speed manual transmission. SIs have never been a automatic transmission at all, so I expect that there will not be a automatic transmission. I think the reason as to why they have not offered an automatic transmission is because of the fact that the Integra is coming back, and more than likely the Integra will be the one that will have maybe the 8-speed DCT that supposedly Honda has been starting to work on, and will be coming on the Type S version of the Integra. But let's go ahead and focus on more on the Si. So you do get some different accents on the exterior, like I mentioned, the grille, the spoiler, the dual exhaust tips. And funny enough, the dual exhaust tips are actually wrapped around underneath the vehicle whenever the exhaust outlet is coming out, and that's for more depth to the exhaust system, which I think is pretty cool that Honda had done that. Kind of reminds me of a trombone in the way that they designed it, and I think that's what they're trying to go for as kind of more of like the original sound of an Si from the early 2000s. And I think that maybe in some aspects, a lot of people are going to start to do a lot of aftermarket with this exhaust system. Maybe do the exact same design, but cut off some of the mufflers, the resonators, and stuff like that. So it could be really cool to see what the aftermarket has in store for the Si. Getting to the back tail lights, you do have blacked out tail lights on both sides, and so do you do on the front headlight system. They're blacked out on the housing. It looks really nice. I really do like more smoked out, blacked out kind of head and tail lights. They add to the sporty effect to the model. And getting onto the side profile, actually, we do have instead of the chrome on the top, I believe now it's a dark chrome that they implemented, which is pretty cool. I'm glad they did that instead of offering a chrome. Some of the competitors don't even black them out anymore. They just add the chrome, and then they offer you a blackout appearance for like $500 dollars to just black out that window trim. So I'm glad that Honda has decided to do that. Getting onto the interior, we have the exact same seat as the previous generation. Now, it's the same cloth seat all around the front and back seats, but I'm not a huge fan of the whole entire covering the red all the way from the top to the bottom. That makes more sense for an SI, not SI, the Type R. But I feel like in some capacity, Honda just did it just to do it, to make it look different from the 10th gen, so it doesn't look the same in the interior. You do have red accents all around, on the shift lever itself has kind of like a red stitching on the ball and the leather housing around the shifter. And then you do have a red accent on the venting system that they have on the Civic, which is the exact same venting system as you saw on the sedan. They're not going to change that. That probably will never be changed at all. And then you do have red stitching on the steering wheel. You do on this one get the half LCD, half analog gauged style for the gauge cluster. I wish that Honda would have gotten the touring stuff and implemented it there for that. I think it would have been better if they offered the 10-inch one. It would look so much better, so much cleaner, especially compared to its competition like the Elantra N-Line and the Volkswagens as well, because the Volkswagen has a full-on digital even for the base GTI. So I think that Honda kind of missed the mark there, but you do get the 9-inch touchscreen display that will give you wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is pretty cool. I like the way they decided to get that, and you also do get the 12 speaker Bose system, which I think is also really cool. I mean, previous generation had the exact same thing. It was they got the highest audio system from the touring version for the last generation. But overall, I mean, there's really nothing that different from the interior from the regular sedan. There is an individual mode. They added an individual mode finally. The reason why they added the individual mode actually was because of the fact that the Integra is gonna have that individual mode we saw in the teaser. So I suspect the reason why the SI has it is because the Integra has it. And in some capacity, I feel like the Integra coming in has actually hindered the Civic portfolio as a whole. We don't know about the Type R. We don't know if the Type R is going to have the more horsepower, if it's going to be decreased like what they just did with the new SI. So hopefully that's not the case. I hope that the Type R stays the Type R and it doesn't decrease horsepower. But I think that's going to go ahead and end it right here, guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.